Hi, I'm Supermoon Tarot here, and today we're going to be going over November predictions. We're going to see what will be coming up for you this month, and I like to be really thorough with these things, so I'm going to be in your prediction reading covering money/career, whatever pops up, love, and spirituality. I also thought last minute that I should pull a card for a person that's going to be coming into your life this month that will be important. So this could be a romantic interest, this could be somebody who has important information for you, a lesson you're going to be learning. Whatever that person is, we'll pull it up and I'll show it to you. Now, here are the card decks below. Pick whatever you're feeling or resonating with. We've got group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you a moment to choose. And now, after you've chosen, you can go down to the description where the timestamps are marked below for each group. And let's start with group number 1. Group number 1, let's see what's coming for you in November. First, starting off with the money, honey. Okay, we've got the Sun card in reverse, Queen of Pentacles upright, 7 of Pentacles upright, and the Death card in reverse. Okay, so this is going to be a really, this is going to be a very positive month for you, but I have some messages to deliver so that you don't accidentally feel discouraged or, you know, sometimes time is our worst enemy, and if we've got too much time, our mind can wander into a negative place and think the worst. And we don't want that, considering you're doing everything great. You're on the right path, all of that jazz. So here and here, I am getting an indication that it's going to be a slow month for you. So this doesn't mean a lacking of like losing hours or things like that. You're just going to kind of feel you're not really getting any positions of opportunities to make more money. You're not really getting more opportunities that maybe show your capabilities in order to make, like, you know how you're like, oh cool, I got this task so I can show to my boss and they can see how capable I am, and in the long run I'll get some promotion or something like that. It's just going to be the daily humdrum going on for a while until the end of the month. And same thing if you're unemployed, you're going to be like, it's taking forever to hear back from people. I'm not getting applications as fast. It's just a really slow process of trying to get this next job. But the cool thing over here with the 7 of Pentacles, and I will say also, I'm sorry, the 7 of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, that both of these indicate that it's all working out fine. You're totally gonna earn what you want to earn by the end of the month. I do see a rise in income, but the thing with the Queen of Pentacles is this is something based on your own merit. And that gets confirmed again with the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles here is basically saying like, you're doing great, honey. You're doing fine. But what feels slow and monotonous and almost seems like, am I even progressing? Is actual progression. Sometimes what we're doing to the day-to-day, even though we are not seeing the amount grow, whatever measurement we need to see proof of, we are actually moving. Does that make sense? And with both of these cards facing the Queen of Pentacles, it does show a rise in income, and for people who are looking for a job, you get that job. But this is something where I can't say to you, I can only say to you that it's purely based on your merit of working hard. So this isn't specifically a promotion. This isn't specifically a raise, but there is an income rising. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Now where the warning comes in with the Death card in reverse is this is talking about how you might, by feeling so discouraged, because 7 of Pentacles often refers to someone feeling discouraged of like, you know, when it comes to the workplace, like, oh my God, am I even moving forward? I don't feel like I am. This is a warning that if you focus too much on that mindset and you see everything as slow, you could prematurely pull out of this job, whether that be mentally, maybe you quit, you pull yourself away from the productivity level and the things that you're doing that are gonna work out just fine. It's all good. It's all good. So this is just a warning of like, you're doing great, but don't let the slowness and the lauded available time make you think that's somehow negative or you're not in the right direction. In addition to the positive news that you're doing great, keep doing what you're doing, and that you're going to reach your goals and all that jazz and earn some extra money by the end of this month. With the Sun card in reverse, this is a fun card also that's saying that you're going to, for people who are currently employed, you're definitely going to have some fun. It's going to be silly. There's going to be some lightheartedness at the office or wherever you work. And there's not going to be any repercussions for it, which is really cool. So very fun, positive environment situation going on here. So let me just move these out of the way and let's look into love. Got Seven of Wands upright. We've got Ace of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, and Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we're going to be talking about both singles and couples because this is a general reading. So first, let's start with the single people. I can tell this is going to be a month where when you are flirting with people, when you are dating people, when you are looking for your person, you're going to need to let people know your value. You're going to have to prove it to them. Not because you are less than valued, it's just they don't see it. Does that make sense? Like maybe someone cute isn't looking your way. It doesn't mean you're not cute. It doesn't mean you're not funny and attractive in a multitude of ways, but they don't know it yet. But once you put that information in front of them, they're going to be like, okay, I really like what I'm seeing here. So you're going to want to prove that. Now, this is a weird thing, and I do say this is weird because I'm sure when I say this for most of you, you're all going to be like, what? I don't know if that resonates with me, but tarot is super weird and freaky how it will point stuff out that you never thought would be a part of a side of your personality or something like that. So I'm being told over here repetitively with both of these cards that when it comes to showing your value to people and showing how cute and cool you are, you want to definitely avoid both financially proving your worth, like any sort of like proving and bragging your worth through whatever your occupation is, by any sort of money focused activities, anything that's like all about tangible, both financial tangible proof and anything to refer too strictly to tangible things you've done. I know we did talk about marriage, so maybe you're like a painter and you have canvases. You want to more focus on your ability of painting rather than look at all these painting things I've done. You definitely want to it's like it's taking away from what's more important to show people and what's more attractive to them. Sometimes we rely on this stuff when we're nervous or subconscious because it's easier to buy someone dinner, buy someone a present, show them all the physical proof of what we've done, when in reality, that's not really going to be the thing that goes, I want to be with, you, he, she, whoever's watching this. So I know that seems weird. I just have to point that out because I cannot tell you, and we're going to go off on like a side thing here. For me, I cannot tell you how many times tarot has pointed something out. And I would say I'm a pretty frugal person. And one time they were like, oh, watch out, you're going to spend a lot of money this month. And I'm like, oh, that's totally not me. And then I did. It was a total accident. Like tarot knows how to read you. So I'm just going to deliver this advice and just keep it in mind to focus on the inner parts of you, not the tangible proof of your worth. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is that, so you have two kind of possible ways when dating people this month that you just kind of want to be aware of because you'll have more success. One, the money situation, but if you're not focusing on showing your worth through tangible proof in that kind of way, there's also, Spirit's telling me something about running. I don't know if some of you run. I think they're trying to, Spirit's interjecting here. Okay, so Spirit's telling me something about, by the way, with tangibility, that it's also about the tangibility of, like, let's say you're an athlete and you want to show off to this new person you're into that when you're running, look how fast I can run. They're describing time and that sort of measurement still as a tangible proof. So, sorry, that was a side note. Thanks, Spirit. So anyways, with the Two of Wands, it's saying that you want to be aware of pre-planning and getting a little too excited when you first are into people. So when you date someone, it's so easy to get a text message, get excited, and start being like, I wonder if we go to date here, and I wonder if, and before you know it, you're kind of going a little bit further along than what's actually happened in time. And that your benefit to having the happiest dating experience and allowing the relationship to bloom naturally will be focusing on your internal intangible merits, not proving yourself out of nervousness with tangible means, as well as if you're not, sometimes, again, we talk about mind wandering in the career thing, you don't allow your mind to be consumed with future fantasies. You're going to have to find a way to just be in the relationship, and then when you're out of the relationship, just pull out mentally. Don't go too far in the future. So, yeah. I hope that was helpful for you. So now, overall pretty special, because this is always Spirit's way of being like, you're great just the way you are. Let other people know. Don't be shy. So let's look into spirituality, actually. So we've got King of Wands in reverse, Justice card upright, Eight of Pentacles upright. Oh, and the Chariot upright. Okay. Did you hear my heater turning on? Okay. Okay, so I can, okay, so this is talking about, so first we're going to start off here and how it's like affecting everything. Something spiritually that's going to be, and I can totally see how this intersects with what I was saying with your career reading. So it looks like we're talking about the day-to-day grind. So if you're in school, this is how, you're working on projects and essays, whatever your line of work is in school. That for your regular career, this is your activities you're doing regularly. But it looks like there's an internal dilemma going on about morality. So you're constantly, it seems like you're focused on this idea of like, what's good and bad of what I'm doing. Is it good? Is it bad? And a real concern. So again, it shows you're a really sympathetic and potentially empathetic, compassionate person. You care about how your actions affect people. You care about how people are treating each other in the office, that type of thing. But it's starting to consume you negatively. And when we see the King of Wands in reverse, especially next to the Justice card, this is Tarot's telling us that we're putting too high of expectations. Having a moral scale is a beautiful thing, and it's great that you care so much and that you do care about the balance. But it's also important to notice, like, are you focusing too much on the scale? Are you allowing what should be kind of a multitude of many things coming into your mind when you're, working on yourself, feeling like the best version of yourself? Are you allowing it to have, ironic choice of words, too great of weight in your life? Because in the Chariot, the advice that you're being given by Spirit and Tarot is like, run away. You're going to need to get out of this mentality. It's not helping you. It doesn't make you feel better. It doesn't make you a better person. That's an important thing to know here with the King of Wands. Expectations too great. It doesn't imply that you need to work on that. It's that you're fine, but you're stressing yourself out, and you don't need to do that. So this is telling you you're going to need to kind of take a let it fly attitude with everything. You're going to, obviously, you need to trust that when you do let it fly, you are going to make the right decision. But also, if you do flub up a little bit, it's not going to be the end of the world. You need to kind of go with this flow to gain that sense of mentality, like regroup the way you view morality and doing the right and wrong thing. And you know what I mean? But another advice we're being given with the Chariot card and the way it's interacting with these is that you should honestly just go enjoy a drive, maybe a run, something. Oh, that's so funny. Spirit mentioned running. A run or a drive, something where you're in movement and momentum, where your mind can wander and relax and enjoy things around that are changing and shifting. So there's that constant stimulation without any sort of conversation in your head of what's good and bad. Like when you look at a tree, you don't even think good, even though trees are great. You just are like, oh, beautiful fall leaves. And it is fall. You should totally get out. I do that like nearly every day. I love the fall leaves changing. We kind of have fall leaves going on here. So get out of your head. Go enjoy the view. Take away all that underlying, is it right, is it wrong? Just all this extra weight that doesn't need to be there that pulls you from being in the moment. But yeah. I think I said I was going to pull a person. Let's see what's going on here. Last thing, let me pull a person. Oh, father. Okay, so this father card does not strictly talk about, I mean, it can be your father, like it or a fatherly type of figure, but this is more about somebody has something important to tell you that is nurturing and mentoring, but has a masculine energy. So you could receive this. Remember, we're living in a day and age where, everybody connects to whatever they connect to. So this could be someone with a masculine energy, or they connect very highly to the masculine energy when they are giving you this information. So this information is less about like loving yourself and emotions and that type of thing, and more about action, doing, confronting things. So keep an eye out for that type of energy you're being given. It's important. You should know it. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed your November predictions. I know I enjoyed giving it. I love this stuff. Give it a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Just be like, boop, boop, boop. Hi, I picked thing 4. I actually love reading the comments. Anyways, doesn't matter. I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day, and let's get ready for group number 2. Group number 2. Let's look at your November predictions and what's coming for you. Let's start off with that money, honey. We've got 10 of Pentacles upright, 7 of Cups in reverse, got Queen of Cups in reverse, and Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm going to just say you are in extreme duality. You have so much potential of what can be, and so much potential of self-sabotage. I mean, they are directly on the other end of the spectrum, but there is a lot of positivity in the end. I'm just telling you what could happen if you let it affect you, essentially. It's not something bad going to happen to you. It's kind of like your own, how you affect yourself. So over here, we start with the good. All this positivity. It looks like you're going to get a lot of opportunities this month, which is awesome. It's just, this is the kind of vibe where you've been putting out that type of energy that everyone wants a piece of. So good for you. Let's talk about how you're doing it right. And now you're going to receive the fruit, bear the fruit, or whatever the term is, of your hard work and this energy you've been putting out, both in actual work, but this is more of like your straight up soul, like what you're putting out there, energy wise. But you are going to have to make a decision when it comes to this opportunity that's going to be coming up. And this decision needed to be made. But good news, you're kind of just destined to pick the right one. All is good. Just go with your gut. Do your thing. It's gotten you this far. And the cool thing about this choice that's going to be made is that it has huge ramifications for your future. Or I don't know if ramifications would be the word, because isn't that negative? Positive things will be affecting the long term. It looks like this decision is going to allow you to not only make money, but this is the type of opportunity that will allow you to make money for a much longer time period. So this is the type of thing where you get a job opportunity and you really like this job and you stay with this job for a while, that type of thing. Or this is the decision you make that gives you this sort of skill that you can keep using in all these other jobs, which makes you very employable, that type of thing. So really, really, really positive stuff. Same thing for unemployed people. You're going to finally have a bunch of stuff coming your way. You're going to be able to make that right decision. You're going to go with this job that has, it's more than just a new job. This is something you're going to be sticking with for a while and be making money that you can depend on, essentially. But now here's where the self-sabotaging comes in, and I just want you to be aware of it. It looks like you are a very emotional person, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. Love emotional people. I'm emotional people. You're emotional people. Most people who watch tarot videos are emotional people. But there is the potential to become self-obsessing and start to doubt if you are capable. Like you constantly, it looks like in this month, despite all this positivity, have the ability to need constant reassurance. Am I doing well enough? Oh yeah, you're doing well enough. 2 days later. But are you sure I'm doing well enough? Are you sure? And you're not trying to bait for attention or anything like that. You're just really kind of having this inner, this is why the self-sabotaging thing comes up. I notice that sometimes for us, when we're experiencing all this good and it's almost too good to be true kind of thing, we prevent ourselves from receiving it because it's subconsciously so overwhelming for us. So I'm getting kind of that vibe that it's coming in, and there is the chance to just act really irrationally and become kind of emotionally unbalanced for that way. So I'm going to need you to adopt this affirmation every day. I am good enough. I am confident. I've got this. Of course I don't need reassurance because I know I can trust myself and what I put out there. And just give yourself that reassurance every day. And when you find yourself kind of starting to go off, start to notice anything that is an emotional imbalance, you're starting to feel unsteady, you need that reassurance, whatever it is, you're going to need to nip that in the butt immediately with both affirmations and also just like take some time to be self-aware and be like, okay, I think I need a second to decompress or, remind myself all is good so that I can keep allowing this to coming in. So it doesn't mean this is going to happen. It just means that as it's popping up, manage it so you can continue to receive all this success. So really positive overall. Now, let us look into love. Got Knight of Swords. Didn't you just have a Knight? You had Knight of Cups in reverse, right? Wow, a lot of Knights. Knight of Swords in reverse. 5 of Pentacles. Oh, upright. Okay, I know why you're getting so many Knights. 2 of Cups in reverse. And 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I can tell you why you get so many Knights. You are a very loyal, dedicated person when it comes to kind of all aspects of your life, it looks like. So we're going to talk about something you're kind of being warned about, something that you need to know in order to enjoy love to the highest magnitude that you deserve. Oh my God, do you hear that plane? I am so sorry. We're just going to power through it. So, 5 of Pentacles. I decided to cut out some of the plane so you don't have to hear so much of that. Anyways, 5 of Pentacles. It looks like you're the type of person who loves regardlessly, which is beautiful. You are incredibly dedicated and loyal to whoever you choose to love, but there is a flaw in that when we're describing love regardlessly. With these surrounding cards, it looks like even if you're being shown someone's worst side, you still choose to sit by them, hope the best for them, understand where they're coming from. Like I said, really beautiful traits. Nothing's negative about this. No one's asking you to change or that it's a problem. But it looks like the people that can either potentially be attracted to you this month or a person you're currently dealing with now, because we're talking about singles and couples, is kind of going through a sort of very impulsive, very intense sort of vibe they're going out. They're being a bit reckless. And sometimes it can seem amazing and maybe classically heroic, which would be described as the Knight. But this is something that is not affecting you in the best way. And it shouldn't be just overlooked and kind of like, oh, well, they're trying their hardest, because it looks like I'm seeing an incompatibility coming up right here. And I know that kind of might seem really harsh to hear, but hear me out. We're going to go with this. It's not always that somebody is out of sync with another person, and it's necessarily the worst thing in the world if you're with someone that isn't your kind of perfect match. But the problem that is being told to you, delivered to you through the cards, is that you're someone who, when you are with your perfect person, you explode with success, confidence. It is like your whole being. It's like everything that you're giving someone else, if you're receiving that back, it's by tenfold amazing, because you receive a lot of happiness by giving. But man, to receive it, to be totally in sync with someone, that is your inner fire. Some people are still killing it, but maybe aren't in the greatest relationship or not having a lot of success in dating. For you, you need that. So you're being told that if it's anything less than compatible, it's not worth being with. Because I'm seeing over here in the Three of Wands that incompatibility for you specifically leads to a delay in success, progression in life, all this like other positive stuff going on. It's an actual problem. So this is so great. You're wonderful, you're loving, you're dedicated, but if that other person isn't lining up, you can still view them in a loving way as a person and human, but you should probably say, maybe it's better for me to take this sort of energy I have and find someone who can bring that back to me, because not only do I deserve it, but there's the extra benefit in addition to enjoying a relationship where, I mean, who doesn't want to have a relationship where you're getting back what you're giving? But for you, it is a by tenfold type of sort of deal. This is definitely a twin flame vibe for me personally, because I speak as someone who currently is with their twin flame. I find with me and my partner, I'm going a little bit personal here, but I'll just take the risk. So sometimes when we aren't feeling like our best selves in like our personal lives, we just like as a couple are not doing great. And then once we both are doing great in our personal lives, we just somehow intensely affect the other one, and all of a sudden we start getting all these opportunities, all this other good stuff coming our way. So that's what I'm definitely picking up for you, that you are destined to meet your twin flame in this lifetime. Five of Pentacles is also a very karmic card, so you are destined to meet them, but you're being told anything less is not for you. So yeah. Now let's go into spirituality. Got Nine of Swords in reverse, Page of Wands in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, and King of Swords in reverse. It's so funny we were just talking about the love situation, because this very much leaks over into it. Basically, this is talking about how, first of all, I'm seeing this month some stress, some worrisome energy. We talked about that with the career thing, with some internal, like it's easy to kind of think the worst. That's what this card is. I like to think of the Nine of Swords in reverse as the hypochondriac card. I think that seems kind of cruel to put it that way, so excuse the phrasing because it's not to lesser someone's anxieties, but it's basically when there's no proof and we're thinking the worst. Again, we've all been there. Who isn't there on the daily, honestly? But I see some stress being put out there because, and this is the huge thing, is you're kind of building your own personal cage with a belief system that is limited. It looks like you're thinking that, oh, well, I can't do that. Oh, well, not me. And you're somehow thinking that is all you are capable of or deserve for whatever reason. And your body is appropriately responding. Like, often our anxieties are this like great mechanism to say like, something is wrong. This is not good. And sometimes when we feel off, and this is just a little fun fact, we feel off with everything else. So that's where the hypochondriac kind of phrase comes off, because you are sometimes worrying about other, now I'm not saying this is you, this is like a side tangent. But sometimes we worry about a whole other aspect of things in life, when in reality, we just have something personally going on internally that then is leaking out everywhere else. But the saying that you are not able to, or like putting this wall up that doesn't need to be there, is kind of bumming you out and stressing you out and overwhelming you. And it looks like you're being given a solution this month that you need to focus on. We talked about affirmations and positive stuff like that. It looks like you need to put it out there vocally, regularly, what you think and believe, and know that it is your truth and find comfort in it, even if you feel insecure about sharing it. So maybe you feel insecure about saying, you know what, I'm pretty great and I think I deserve better, kind of thing. Or I think I deserve more money and success. Even if you feel silly saying it out loud, it is your truth. And in reality, because time and relativity and all this other stuff is reality, if that makes sense. Like, I've gone too many tangents with this group. I'll just stop there. Point is, you need to stop holding yourself back because you totally don't need to. You can have everything you want. You are allowed to be happy. You are allowed to have everything you want. You are allowed to experience the greatest depths. And you need to be very vocal about sharing what you feel like you're holding back from sharing, because in a way it's adding to the whole self-belief system being held back. And you need to take comfort in knowing that not only is it is your truth, and that's important, but what you might not connect to now but will later, that it is the truth. So yeah, let me just pull one last card real quick for your important person coming up this month. Oh my god, Knight. Okay, so I know I said I pulled this for someone coming into your life, but the really cool thing about it is there's no one coming into your life that is any more important than you. This is a you month. So we talked about how many Knights is coming up. I definitely think with what I've read so far in the cards, this is you. You are the Knight, and this is such a wonderful, positive thing to be. But you are being told in a multitude of spreads that I've read that you should be aware of the positives and negatives and using all of your characteristics to your benefit, because sometimes we can dedicate ourselves too much to the wrong thing or person. Some people don't deserve our loyalty and what we have to offer. So keep being you and keep doing it. It's getting you really far. It's giving you money. There's a potential to meet your twin flame and so on and so forth in this lifetime. Well, I mean, you will. But the point is that you need to kind of like really this month focus in on that and just kind of like be like, yeah, I'm a Knight. Yeah, I'm good. I know I can trust myself, and like really have fun and enjoying it and being aware of where to put that energy. So yeah, pretty good spread overall. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed giving it. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that other jazz. Have a beautiful day. I'm going to see you in the next one. Let's get ready for group number 3. Group number 3. Let's look at your November predictions and what's coming for you. So let's start off with money. The thing that makes the world go round. We've got 2 of Cups upright. We have got 9 of Swords upright. We have 6 of Wands in reverse. And we have 4 of Swords upright. Okay, you're going to be going through a little bit of a whirlwind this month. Okay, so first off, I can see that you're going to be kind of taking your focus less off of your current job at the moment and more on personal projects that you have a passion for. So let's say by day, I always use the barista metaphor. By day, you're a barista, but in the evening, you make music, you're working on your own personal YouTube channel, whatever it is for you. I see you putting more of a focus on that. But an opportunity is going to present itself that will enable you to move further along in this passion and career. And you're going to unfortunately make the wrong decision. And you're going to be very aware of it. With this type of card, with the Knight of Swords upright, this is the type of anxiety where you were meant to have anxiety. You were reacting appropriately because it really did happen. It's not all in your head. Now, the cool thing is, before you freak out and think, oh my god, I'm going to make the wrong decision, what the hell? This is the type of card that lets you know that there is still time. That while you will make the wrong decision initially, with this beautiful card over here, it's all good. It's all going to be okay. When you feel that doom and gloom suddenly come over you and that realization of that wasn't the right decision, not only is there time, but the outcome is that it works out in your favor and everything's going to be okay. This isn't about a lesson to be learned. This is just kind of the go and the flow of the chaos of life. And ultimately, this is a really happy card because this is somebody who is living out their dream job. This is somebody who really loves what they do. So ultimately, I see you moving in a positive direction. Now, for some of you, because this is a general reading, this is a very intense card that basically says that your job is going to become, this passion of yours is going to become your job. This is like the big hint of it. And for others, it's just that you feel you're making a little more money or have a little more opportunities coming on and you're in the right direction. Everything's good. Very positive future thing going on here. So It's all going to be okay, but I just wanted you to know so that when you feel it coming on, you can know that there is still time and you will ultimately make the right decision and everything will be okay. But for people who are kind of have like a little side project going on, go for it. This is your month to move closer towards it. Okay, let's look at your love life. We've got 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands upright, King of Wands in reverse, and Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to just say that's you. I can already feel like it's you. So it looks like you've kind of been withholding yourself a little bit emotionally when it comes to interacting with people. For couples, this goes for you too. We're talking about singles and couples. In this situation, it's both. Like, it's not going to be spun a different way for depending on which it is. So there's a bit of withholding of yourself, who you are and what you have to offer emotionally. You know, and it's kind of causing a little bit of a dysfunction in either the couple or when you're interacting with people, you feel like it doesn't always go down your way and there's some sort of separation or confrontation because you are not giving all of the facts. You're not sharing how you really feel or what you think of this person. There's a lot of like walls up, so to speak. Now, here's some positive reassurance, and this is kind of what you need to hear this month. This is what Tarot's saying that you need to hear this month. That you are not crazy. That your withholding isn't something you're personally going through or, you know, this is the time of healing. These other people or this particular person is making you feel this way for a reason. The King of Wands in reverse can refer to a straight up cheating situation, but to be honest with you, because this is a general reading, I don't want to like just throw that out there. That's kind of like playing with fire. But this is nonetheless a very flirtatious card. I can confirm that this is definitely a flirtatious card. So this other person that you're into as a single person, yeah, they are flirting with other people. They aren't making you feel special. It's not in your head. For somebody who's in a couple, if you feel like someone's making you feel jealous or making you feel insecure, you know, it's not you just being crazy and overthinking everything. They're making you feel that way. They are doing things to make you feel that way. Because I can see over here, this is somebody who's like, no, everything's fine. I don't know what you're talking about. And the reaction of you, because these are both you, is this is you as a couple, this is them, this is you, this is also how they make you feel. The Knight of Cups in reverse is somebody who's like needs that constant reassurance that everything's okay within the relationship, that they are offering enough, and a lack of confidence is basically going on. But especially being right next to here, and everything, like, I can understand if they feel frustrated and they're trying to say, you know, I feel like you're holding back on me, you're not telling me stuff, and that's where the kind of like arguments are kind of coming up. But they are not being like this because of the arguments. They're being like this, you're sensing it, you're responding appropriately subconsciously, you're aware subconsciously, and there's a bit of friction. So this is the tarot card deck telling you, you're not crazy. When you feel that with someone, when someone's making you feel that way, you are sensing and subconsciously taking information appropriately. So have trust in yourself. You know what you're doing. You know what's going on. So let's look at your spirituality. We've got Page of Cups upright, 4 of Cups upright, Knight, oh my gosh, Knight of Cups in reverse again. The Tower in reverse. Yeah, this seems really important to you at this time, is this this feeling people can put you in a position to feeling, when we talked about the sense of lack of confidence and sense of insecurity or feeling unsure of yourself or the decisions you're making. It keeps getting repeated time and time again. And I have some really positive news. So it looks like, okay, things are going to seem at times like nothing's going on. It's going to just seem like your world around you is what it always was. You're going to be maybe even extra aware of how you keep driving down the same road to commute to work. You keep talking to people in a certain pattern. And it's just going to seem like nothing's different. Oh, but it is. It is. With the Page of Cups over here, this is like your read between the lines sort of card. You are being given and you will receive intuitive messages from the universe that are going to give you the sort of reassurance you need, the answers you need to come out of this situation we talked about, the lack of confidence going on. This thing here is going to be answered by the stuff that you start to notice, the synchronicities, the suddenly realizing someone said something and you heard it on TV the other day, or feeling like a particular line that someone said that might in any other way seem mundane, we talked about the mundaneness, actually has intense significance to you out of nowhere in a way it didn't before. Be on the lookout. It's there. It might not seem like it's there. It's very subtle. It's hidden amongst the monotony, but it's there. And this is when we get the Tower in Reverse card, which is beautiful, both of these cards interacting. It shows that there's this huge, like, big Tower is so great in a lot of ways. A lot of people are afraid of this card, but the Tower sometimes upright can be interpreted as the Tower in Reverse, but the Tower in Reverse is an even more like a better and more definite confirmation of a response. This card basically says huge purging of life, huge dramatic life change for the better. Problems you've been dealing with for a long time, gone forever. This is your 180. This is like, you know, in movies when someone comes back from summer camp and now they're no longer the person they were, you know, the grade before. This is your summer camp moment in a really positive way this month. But it's going to come in really subtly, really obscure. You're not even going to, like, you're going to want to keep your eyes out for it and let it come in. But you do have a natural sense of intuition. You're going to be fine. You'll pick it in out of the monotony. All is good. But get excited to have an end to a sense of anything that's made you feel powerless. It's going to be done. So let's just do one last pulling of cards. I just want to see if anyone significant is coming into your life this month. Ooh, King. All right, this is so appropriate for when we talked about the Tower and like feeling confident in yourself. So the King is a masculine energy, first of all. This is somebody, which is kind of appropriate because sometimes we need the opposite for what we're dealing with. So if we're feeling over emotional, we need something a little more set in reality. And if we're set in reality, we need something a little more emotional. So you need something a little more domineering. But this is somebody who you will notice. Now, Spirit's telling me this might not come into your life in a actual person sort of way. Like, this is the type of situation that you will see on TV and kind of admire and take on the characteristics of. But this is the type of situation of somebody who's making a lot of money. They've got their life together. They seem to be very knowledgeable and a lot of people respect them and believe in what they have. It's this all-encompassing, total, complete idea of somebody in control of themselves and the people and their surroundings. And that's kind of where you're headed and in the direction you were given, so that makes sense this popped up. But you're going to see this person, you're going to hear what they have to say, and you're going to just start to take on and feel inspired by what they have to offer, what they're doing, and that kind of like points you in the right direction, so to speak. So get excited. If you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed giving it, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know. Either way, have a lovely day. I'm going to see you in the next one, and let's get ready for group number 4. Group number 4. Let's look at your November predictions and see what's in store for you. Let's start off with money. We've got Page of Cups in reverse, 5 of Wands in reverse, Page of Pentacles upright, and, oh, okay, Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is for people who, if they have been, you know, if things haven't been great for you, I feel like a commercial about to begin. If you've been dealing with annoying people in your life, have you been butting heads with people? This is the type of environment that isn't so great. You don't really like the people you're working with. Feels kind of tension filled. They can't seem to change the way they approach working with you, and it's frustrating and super annoying. This is definitely something that leaks over into just your day-to-day, like, personal passion when you're out of work. So this is kind of the part of you that no longer feels inspired to draw, or maybe you've got a side thing you're working on. You're just not as jazzed about it because of how much this has kind of been interrupting your flow, and it kind of consumes your thoughts a little bit. Well, guess what? All your problems are going to be solved this month, and it's just going to be cut out. This isn't about anybody anything being solved or someone understanding your point of view, you're just not going to see them anymore. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. This is about you receiving a new financial opportunity. Now, because this isn't the Ace of Pentacles, it's the Page of Pentacles, this is not so much about you getting a new job, but a new position within your job. So woo-woo, you will make more money. That's always a positive. But it's also about how you maybe will be getting different hours, so you're just not going to see them. Maybe you have a different ranking in the situation you're current in, higher. You have a different set of jobs, you're just not going to be around them as much. Either way, I can see this being a position where, because your energies in the work will be redirected back to the work situation, and because it's a different kind of task you're having to do on the regular, you will no longer be consumed by this. This is not even going to be in your stratosphere anymore. I do see your creativity restored. I see a lot of this is a lot of newness going on for you. So not only is it some extra money going on and a solution to a problem, but you're going to feel this sense of creative inspiration, this revitalization of energy and passion for what you're doing, and it will positively leak over back into the home environment where we said you were kind of like feeling a little bit blocked and not as disconnected. You're going to feel invigorated and be like, oh, I've got a little extra money. I feel a little more happy when I come home. You know what? I am going to go out and see that movie. I am going to go knit and yarn or whatever that jazz is. So overall, pretty positive. I love when I get solutions to problems. Now let's look at your love life. Got 8 of Pentacles in reverse. King of Swords in reverse. And 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we've got 2 different outcomes going on for singles and couples. Let's talk about one of the bigger problems going on for both, though. There is a sense of the person you are interacting with is dealing with a lot of, not dealing, that's not the right verb. They are choosing to interact with you based on personal gratification. So when they do things, it's for their benefit. They're not really taking in what you want. There's a sense of wanting instant pleasure, so it's not so much about you, it's about what is good for them. So there's definitely a selfish quality going on here. For couples, this is more of less of a, it's still a little bit of the personal gratification. It's more just that their attention is not so focused on the problems that are going on in the relationship or even the relationship itself. Like maybe you guys need to have a little more romance going on, a little more date night, and they're just not focusing on it like they should. And it's kind of becoming a bit of a problem. Now for single people, and even it has a different connotation for couples, but for single people, this person who's trying to do what they're doing through personal gratification, this is a form of them being able to be in control and have control, but this isn't a really intense, like some people, their whole desire in the relationship is to control. That would be like an emperor type card. This is more of a quiet sort of, power. This is a more subtle thing, and their goal isn't to control you. It's that they want to control the situation, again, for their personal benefit. Because if they can make you feel the way they want to make you feel and get you to do what they want to do, they can then receive their instant, whatever they want when they want it. So this is definitely a sort of beware type of card, especially for single people situation going on, that this maybe isn't the person. This doesn't really sound like soulmate characteristics, just to put it bluntly. But for couples, this is a way that your partner is trying to control the situation. Again, not because they want to control you, but in order to be able to feel in control of themselves, they are putting attention to like, oh, well, I'm working a lot. Or like, oh, this is my attention. This is where I'm doing it. And again, it doesn't feel super sinister. It's just the way they're handling the solution, because there is a certain awareness they have that things are out of whack in the relationship a little bit because they're putting too much attention here, and they're using it as kind of a crux, if that's the word, an excuse. and a way to kind of deflect and still have the sort of upper hand because they don't necessarily have the answers right now. Now, we've got, again, two different situations going on for singles and couples. Now, for couples, this is kind of a buildup that's happening, and it is going to get kind of bad. I do see a fight kind of happening, but the cool thing about this is the type of fight where things get so bad, but then end up working out positively, and that you actually get closer as a couple together. It looks like they were definitely dealing with some stubbornness going on. Things get discussed around that issue and the whole work situation going on. And overall, there's like a better understanding of one another and you come out on top. So all of this like tension is building up to a benefit and a lesson learned and a growing experience together. So overall, it will be positive in the end. And a lot of things that have been probably building up over many months are going to kind of come to the headway in a good way. But for single people, it feels that this person I'm connecting with, that's wanting to connect with, is connecting with you in this month, is they like we talked about, personal gratification, kind of like wanting to have the quiet control of the situation. They already know how they feel about you. So if there's any sort of like, oh, is it me? Can I do something to change it? It really, you're not even like a factor, unfortunately. I don't say this to be mean. I say this in a positive way because there's nothing to take personally here. You were doing nothing wrong. You just connected to the person that you weren't meant to connect with. And to be honest with you, when I get characteristics like this, I don't know who they're honestly connecting with, if you catch my drift. But they've made their decision about you. They're already aware of how they want you. So if you feel that the way you're being treated, maybe they are going for a little more of a quicker pace than you'd like, or they're not going out and spending time with you in the way you want, it's not going to change. They kind of almost have an opinion of you as if you are a stereotype or a subject, or like that's this girl, rather than as an individual. The good news, though, is I do have good news, is that not only is this nothing to do personally with you, and it's just them, it's just what they're going through, I do see in the Ten of Swords in reverse you dodging this bullet, so to speak. That would be the turn of phrase. Like, that this could have not turned out great in the long run, and ultimately I see you pulling away from them and being aware of it and kind of getting out of there before any sort of emotional damage or anything further happens. You'll be just fine. But just take comfort in knowing it's not you, it is them, and that it will give you some sort of comfort to know, like, there's no changing them. It's just how they feel and who they are and how they want things to be. But also take comfort in it's all good. You're going to get out of there just fine. So let's now look at your spiritual reading for the month. Okay, we've got oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I keep hitting the camera. 8 of Wands in reverse, 7 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Cups in reverse, and 3 of Swords upright. Wow, this is a very intense reading for spirituality. This kind of almost, it's so funny. There's a lot of like this month for you, not fun experiences with other people. Now, the cool thing is you always come out on top. So, I mean, what can you do? Sometimes that is with life, but the benefit is at least you win at the end of it. So that's cool. But what I'm getting spiritually is this lack of awareness of how much when you are connecting with people, or should I say not properly connecting with people when it's just not working, how deeply it affects you. There in the center is the discussion, and on the side is the after effect not being acknowledged. I can see it's when things aren't going great with someone, when you're not having that good connect, or you're trying to force that connect actually, that's more what's coming through in the reading. You have to be aware that it does slow down everything kind of else. It really kind of puts a halt on, you'll notice you won't receive as many positive things in your life. You really start to slow down everywhere else emotionally. It's just a total what would be the word, like a wall or like a door stopper to progress in your life. That's such a weird turn of phrase I just made up. I also do see a sense of how much it deeply affects you emotionally, and it bothers you on a really deep level. It's hard for you to ignore when something isn't working out with somebody. And this is about, when it comes to, I know we're talking about spirituality here, but often the way we interact with people or environments is the conversation of how we are seeing things spiritually. So, if that makes sense. So I can see over here in the Ten of Cups when we talked about the idea of a dysfunctional sort of relationship, but this is the type of situation where somebody is trying to force or view a not working situation as it being the best thing ever. It trying to make it work when it's not meant to work. Trying to force it because they so badly want to have a happy ending. And over here with the Seven of Cups, this is somebody who needs to acknowledge when they've done that, not as a like penalty or a wagging of the finger of like, you've made your bed, lie in it. But if you can be aware of your actions and aware of when things aren't working, you can also be aware of that you have a choice and a decision to get out of it. That there's an acknowledgement and a sort of reconciliation internally by going, oh, okay, I know what I did, or I know this isn't working out and I can get out of this. It's the awareness of the whole, if that makes sense. Making sense that you did do something, you chose to do it, but you also can get out of it, and also being aware of sometimes these decisions that, and we talked about before in the other two career and love reading, there needs to be an awareness that it's not always you, but it does affect you. Does that make sense? And the main thing here that's going on spiritually that I want to leave off on is that you need to kind of face things sort of head on, be aware of when it's not working, and then stop forcing it and go find what does work. And be aware of when you're going through this period of time of trying to make things work, whether it be with people, because people seem to really affect you spiritually. That's the thing, it affects you in every sense of the word, and it leaks over into so many aspects of your life, and you can't ignore that. And the reason why you're being spiritually told about being aware of that is that if you can use it to your benefit, then everything else just kind of goes in your motion. You feel like the best version of you. Everything seems to come your way and come out, what's the phrase? Like turning up roses or coming up roses or whatever the phrase is. So it's a bit of a head-on approach and an acknowledgement of your power and potential success. So this isn't saying that these bad things are going to happen. It's about an issue that you should work through over this month and how much it can benefit you by having this sense of awareness. So let me just pull one last card though to see if anyone's significance is coming into your life and what the deal is there. Judge, oh my god. Okay, so Judge here. I know I said I was going to pull cards, but Tarot loves to do it, and Spirit, oh my god, they love to do their own thing. I can't even tell you how many times I've done a reading for somebody, and they're asking about, like, I don't know, money or something like that, and out of nowhere, I'll get, like, a super direct message of just being like, blah blah, this person you love, they want you to reach out to them or something. Like, Tarot has an agenda and they will do what they want to do. So this is not so much actually about someone else with judging you and being aware of that. It's about you. It's about being aware of how you judge things and how you can judge yourself. It's just being aware of, like, kind of examining something as a whole and being very objective about it and trying to understand that sometimes we don't always get to make the fun decision, but it's the right decision. I hope that came off in a comprehensible way. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I did. Please give a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out like you would not believe. Either way, have a beautiful day. I will see you in the next one. Bye!